Trevi, well, first of all, I got to say welcome. Second of all, this is my first time meeting you, and I already love your energy just off of like the post and things like that you were doing on not TikTok, but Instagram and Twitter and things like that. So we appreciate you being here.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I mean, this is actually like seriously a dream come true.
Did you grow up listening to KIIS FM?
I grew up listening to KIIS FM. I grew up listening to Lady Gaga premiering her songs on KIIS FM. This is my childhood, and to have everything come full circle is actually insane.
Well, I'm so glad that we were able to make that happen for you. I'm so glad for the talk that we're about to have. So how's everything else doing in your life?
I'm overwhelmed. I mean, transitioning is not an easy thing. But I mean, I'm here and I just want to spread love and positivity from this point on, and my music, it just means so much to me.
Absolutely. Well, I got to say it takes so much courage to do what you did and to be your true authentic self. So I feel like you got to give yourself that grace and that pat on the back. Don't you agree?
Thank you so much. Yeah, I do.
How was the transition?
I mean, how is the transition is the question. I mean, I'm about 3 months in on hormone replacement therapy right now, and my psyche is changing, and my body's changing, and it's just, I go in the shower and I look down at my body, and it's just like, finally I feel at home and at peace, and I just feel like Trevi is just like, it's just this unit that I was just supposed to be. And it makes me really emotional to think about it, to be quite honest with you. But like, I'm just so grateful to be in the position that I'm in right now.
Absolutely. At what point did you say to yourself, like, we need to do this?
When I almost died from my alcohol addiction. I don't really think anyone really knew how bad it got. I mean, it was a bottle a day alone on the couch from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. I mean, lots of health issues, lots of, emotional trauma, lots of demons. I was running away from something that kind of didn't really exist. I was running away from myself, and to finally like take myself and all my being and just face myself in the mirror and just do it and just know that this is all for nothing. Like it makes me so happy. Like I can't believe I put myself through that.
When you say running away from yourself, what does that mean? Are you running away from what you thought people wanted you to be? When you not being comfortable with yourself? What do you mean?
I guess just running away from a true identity. It's scary. It's scary to be trans. And it's scary to face yourself and finally like come true to your own identity. And I was so afraid my entire life to finally like look in the mirror and admit it. But I finally did. And all this drinking and all this drug use was just like all leading up to this moment. It's like, why were you running? Like, who were you running from? Like, do
you think you can answer that question right now? Who are you running from?
Yeah. I was running from trauma. And I was running from hurt. And I read something on Instagram about suicide, and it said, what you think you want to end is your life, but what you really want to end is trauma and suffering and a part of your life. And that's what I was feeling. I wanted the trauma to end. I wanted the suffering to end. I didn't want my life to end. I love my life now. Like I finally faced myself, and here I am. And it's just, it's insane.
You're a strong person. So first of all, even come on the radio and to talk about something like this. But the one thing that I really appreciate is that you are talking about it, because you never know how it can help somebody else
Yeah.
out there going through the same thing.
Yeah. And I mean, I went to rehab in March and I got out and I was like, you know what? It's time to face it now. And I started writing my EP.
Mm-hmm.
And all these emotions, I mean, because it's kind of a shock when you first go sober. It's like this fresh start at life again. And I was like, I need all these demons to come to the front, and I need to release them by writing. And that's what this EP is. And the song that I'm going to play today, Cheers, is kind of about being an F up and like apologizing to your family and your friends for putting them through what you put them through, and saying like, you know what, I've changed. This is me now, and take it or leave it.
That's really interesting you said that, because I was listening to the song, and one line that stuck out to me is when you said that you didn't want to go down that path no more. And I was going to ask you, what was the path? And now it's coming full circle. That path.
That was the path. That was the path I don't want to go down no more.
But you know what? You did what you have to do, so you don't have to go down that path anymore. You know what I mean?
It was just so scary. Sorry.
It's all good. Do you like talking about it?
Yeah, because I need to help other people. I have to. I know that there's another young girl or young boy in their 20s that is just going through the same stuff as me, and like, I have to be a voice for them.
Do you feel like you had a huge support system to help out?
I don't think I accepted support. I don't think I wanted help. And help starts with you. You have to want the help yourself. I have amazing friends, I have amazing family, and all that is great. But like, when you're so far deep in that rabbit hole, like, it doesn't matter. You have to want to get help. It has to be starting with you. You know what I mean?
You have to make that first step.
Yeah. And I learned a lot in rehab. I I learned just so much about myself and how sobriety is such a gift, and how I'm just not drowning anymore. I'm not drowning in trauma and sorrow, and I'm not attached to a substance anymore. It's freaking beautiful. I turned the page. I mean, this is my new life now, and I'm finally like, here I am, the woman I was born to be. And it's self-expression, it's identity. I mean, color, laughter, people, music, it all just makes sense again.
Do you feel like you're more clear
Yeah.
after?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I applaud your courage and just your ability to talk about your transparency.
Thank you. I mean, who else is going to do it? I mean, I know this is real stuff that people go through, and I have to be a voice. I want to be a voice for this generation. And thank you, EJ, for like taking me on today, for like, and like, help spread my voice. Like, this is.
No, I appreciate that. I appreciate that we were able to use our platform to. You just never know who you're helping out there. You know what I mean?
And like, anyone listening right now, like, you are exactly where you're supposed to be, and it might not feel like it. And I know I've been there, and I know that it feels like the whole world is crumbling, but just trust the universe and just give it time and just keep pushing through, because you are so amazing, you are so loved, and you're gonna get through this.
I want to talk about the EP right quick, because I'm sure that every song on the EP comes from a place where was making the EP kind of like your diary
Ab-
journal?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm not a very I don't really journal that much. I'm everything since I was a kid was just music, 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 music. That's my only way I know how to express myself. That and like just my clothes and my makeup and just me and my gender and everything like that. But it's always been like music is the main way I express myself. And all these experiences that I had, I didn't know how to get them out. And I finally just put it into a song and put it into 5 songs. And I think the EP tells such a beautiful story from a start to a finish. I mean, we start with Crisis, which is kind of like the OMG, OMG, I don't know where to go. This is really happening. I'm an alcoholic. I don't know where to go. And then we get to number 2, which is Nasty. And Nasty is more of a party song. And it's kind of like, I'm drunk. This is how I'm feeling. I'm going to push all my problems aside, turn up the music. I don't care about anything else. And number 3, when I'm sober, is when I get out of rehab. And it's like, I'm so depressed without this substance. And I don't
Even
know
after rehab,
what.
even after rehab.
Oh yeah, I was like, I'm so depressed, and I was like, one of the lyrics is, some of the lyrics are, I'm looking at my house, I'm looking at fame, I'm looking at everything around me, I'm looking at money, I'm looking at cars, but it don't mean to me when I'm sober. And I was just, when I got out of rehab, I was really confused, and I knew this, I finally came to the conclusion that my next step I had to do to fulfill my life was to transition. Because this was just a thought in the back of my brain ever since I was a child. Like this, I am not exaggerating. This is deep, deep childhood thoughts.
At what age do you feel like you started having those thoughts?
I mean, it was a disaster trying to buy me clothes as a kid.
Did you just not like anything?
Nothing. And my mom, we would get in huge fights because I wouldn't want to wear any of the boys' clothes, and it was miserable for me to wear it. And honestly, like, it was just so miserable. I don't know what it was. I just, before I could even talk, it was just miserable to wear those clothes. I don't know how to explain it.
It's really interesting
I know.
that you knew early on like that.
Yeah. And it's the root of all my mental health issues. I mean, I can see my brain and my mind opening up again. And I feel this healing energy going through me now, finally.
How did your parents take it when you told them that you were going to transition?
Honestly, I'm really blessed. They took it like a champ.
That's awesome.
Yeah. My mom was the first person to administer my hormones to me. And I have it on video. It's for my docuseries. I'm coming out with a docuseries on a huge platform. It's called Trevi the Transition. And we're in the process of filming it still, but we're getting really, really close to closing a deal. And it's one of the most emotional things I've ever created. And we go from start to now. I mean, from the very first moment that I start my hormones and to present day, I think the docuseries is going to help a lot of people.
Do you feel like your fans will get a glimpse of you that they've never seen before?
I think, yeah, this is the real me. Seriously, this is the real me. I'm so done trying to pretend that I'm someone else. It's like it's exhausting. It really is.
Not being your true 100% authentic self.
That's all it takes. Like seriously, like, all you got to do is just be your 100% true authentic self. I mean, that's my path, and I want to help others get to that point.
What else are you doing to help out?
What do you mean?
Like, what else are you doing to, just help out with your fans out there who just, need the support, who may not have the support right now?
I guess it's just I gotta put it in the music. I mean, once they hear the music, I think that'll really help them, because the beautiful thing about music is that you can, it's kind of, I said this the other day, I think music is a template for your own life, and you can apply your life to songs, and I think my struggles can bounce off of other people's struggles, and they can relate, and I think that's going to be a huge help to people.
Absolutely. I want to go back to the EP right quick. What does freedom mean? I have an idea what it means, but I want to hear what you think.
For me, it's identity. I mean, it's letting go of the trauma and the suffering, like I said earlier. I mean, freedom is self-expression. Freedom is color, laughter, people, music. Like freedom is pride. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's my TED talk.
Do we? Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Do we have an official date for the EP?
Yeah, we do. July 3rd. This Friday.
Woo!
Oh yeah. And you guys are getting the first listen to Cheers today.
What are people saying on social media?
I've never been this much. I've never been this loved before. It's insane. I mean, love comes towards you once you start living your truth.
Mm-hmm.
You receive love once you stop all the BS. Like, it just flows again.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm so glad that we had just
I am too.
catch up and because we got deep for a second. I want to talk about like just how it just blew up on the internet. Did you think dancing in an Apple store would turn into this?
Yes. Yes, because I knew I had something.
You knew you had something special.
And I don't want to sound cocky or anything, but
Mhm.
I know that my purpose on this planet is to help people and to make people feel. And that's all I've ever wanted to do. My goal isn't to be it's not a competition here. I'm not trying to beat every artist. I'm not trying to get this number on the charts. I just want to help people feel. And maybe it'll get to that point where my music will, be successful and huge. And hopefully this EP is just, it gets through to that state that you need to be in. But yeah.
The fact that you're using your platform for that, a huge platform at that, for positivity. I look at your Twitter and it's so positive, and I feel like when people are positive things come back to them. So I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you so much, EJ.
And I'm so glad that we were able to premiere your song tonight. It sounds great.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm so excited. My brother actually produced this.
He did.
Yeah, my brother is a music producer. His artist name is Crow, and Creaux, and you're gonna remember his name. He's so incredibly talented, and I'm so happy we finally got to team up and work. He did the song Nasty as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
I'm so happy that you guys were able to keep it in the family.
yeah, I know. It's crazy. I mean, music runs in our blood.
This is how you know you're supposed to be doing it.
Exactly.
Well, I appreciate you jumping on and the conversation that we had.
Thank
you sharing your story. I thank you so much for that. And you just don't know how you've helped so many people just talking about it.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you.